Today we're joined by members of the men's soccer team, senior Tom Sorrentino, senior Alex Calder, and junior Steven Martinez.
Alex, you grew up playing in Australia. What factored into the decision to transfer to come here and play at Fitchburg State?
Well, I played in a school in North Dakota prior to coming here, and I wanted to come to the East Coast, probably a bit better weather. And then I spoke to Werner, the coach, and he was very, very persuasive in my decision, and I'm very grateful for it.
Tom, you're a four-year member of the Fitchburg State men's soccer team. You're a senior this year. When I mentioned that, what comes to mind being a four-year student athlete here?
Just the overall transformation of the program, probably. I mean, when I came in my freshman year, I think we may have won 5 games, and it was the first time we reached the playoffs, so the program reached the playoffs in over 10 years. So this being a 4th year, and after a successful year last year, it's just a complete black and white, day and night kind of thing compared to what it was 4 years ago when I first got here.
Now, continuing off of that, what kind of challenges do you guys see yourselves facing this year as now defending MASCAC champions? After previous seasons, I mean, depending on the amount of time you guys have spent with the team, what do you see yourselves encountering?
I think that the biggest issue is going to be the replacement of 2 captains that we had, Aiden Hanratty, our senior goalie, and Brett Smith, senior center mid last year, 2 vital players in our starting 11, so I think that'll be the biggest obstacle to overcome.
Steven, you were named captain as a junior. Talk to us about the dedication that it takes to reach that goal and what expectations you have going forward.
I put a lot of hard work in over the past summers, and I think I've earned the guys' respect and coaches' respect, so at this point I'm just trying to help out in any way I can.
Going off of the question about being the defending MASCAC champions, now whenever a team comes in to play you guys, they're going to give you your best, knowing that they're taking on the top dogs. Just talk about what added pressure that's going to take and how you plan to overcome that.
I think they might have underestimated us last year. We came in the preseason poll last, and they really underestimated us. So I think a couple of teams come in not realising how good we actually were. So it's one thing to win a title, but it's a lot harder to back it up. So I think a lot of teams actually see us coming in really hot this year, so it's going to be a lot harder. But I think we're up for the challenge. We've got a lot of new guys in. All the returners are back, so it's going to be, about the seniors, but it's going to be quite good.
And to continue off of that, with this season's poll, you guys were announced to be predicted to be 4th. Considering obviously last year you were predicted 8th out of 8th, how does that compare, and how do you think that everybody's view on you is now?
Yeah, again, I think they actually saw how talented we actually were. And if you look at the roster, we only lost three seniors. So again, yeah, we're all back. So I think a couple of the coaches realised that it's a new program, and we're very, very competitive now, and it's a lot serious compared to previous years.
You're coming off the men's soccer team's first NCAA tournament appearance since 1988. Going into the season, what are your expectations?
I think we want to get back to that spot and go a little farther, advance and prove that we can hang in the top NCAA Division III competition. I want to see if we can get there and maybe make it the first round, second round, keep going. One game at a time.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, Coach had said that it was great that we made it to nationals, but 2-0 to defeat to a very good Amherst team just isn't good enough. He wants to keep getting better, so obviously expectations would be repeat on the MASCAC and be able to advance through, at least past the first game of nationals, get through the second. High hopes.
Do you kind of see the transformation of this program from kind of underdogs to having a target on your back now? Is it something that you guys relish, or is it something that's just you're taking one game at a time and learning to deal with?
We used, like last season when we were predicted to finish 8th, we used that every game as motivation to go out there. So again, we're going to have the same mentality as well. We're just going to go in. We're not arrogant about winning. We don't expect to win again. We're just going to absolutely do our best, 110%, 110%, same as last season, and we know it's going to be tough. But the squad we have, there's no reason why we shouldn't do it again.
I think the biggest thing is, touching on that question, is that a lot of the games we did win were only 1-0 wins. So a lot of teams that we were beating might feel as if, they should have beaten us. So I would have to agree when you say there is probably a target on our back, regardless of the fact that we were MASCAC champs, but we were slipping by teams. We may have outplayed them, but it was just a 1-goal victory. So I think we really need to solidify our offense and really start showing teams that we are better than them, both on the field and on the scoreboard.
Are there any games on the calendar this year that you have circled, games where there will be a lot of motivation to come away with a victory?
Bridgewater is always a good game, especially since that was the finals last year. It's always a good game, so we're going to try to keep it up and beat them again.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to have it out for us after. We went there and played them, at their home for the final, and beat them at home, so I'm sure they're going to have it out for us. But every game is going to be the same. We're going to go in with the same mentality every game.
All right, well, thank you guys, and best of luck this season.
Thank you.